Imagine my huge surprise when I saw Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So much of the stuff that was in the trailers has been cut out. For example, this scene, and this scene,
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
and even this scene.
Showered and shaved and hit the clubs. That's really helpful.
I can't understand it. Like, I can't understand why those things would be cut out. I don't want to make it seem like I'm really picking and I didn't like it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. But as I was watching it, I could just tell it was trimmed down or something. Every step of the way, I'm like, I know something should be here, and it isn't. I don't think it was the director's fault. I think maybe they made him trim it down by probably 15 minutes. That's what I really feel like. Maybe the company, Sony, wanted a shorter movie. I don't know. So here's a quick rundown of all the scenes that were deleted or not included in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire theatrical release, but were in the trailers and TV spots. And there may be more because I stopped looking at stuff, you know, like a week or two before because there was just so much footage being released. So Janine answering the phone saying, "Ghostbusters, what do you want?" That was not in there. There's also a shot of the phone just sitting on the desk that did not appear to be in there. There's that woman who's walking with the haunted doll over her shoulder. We see the outside of Ray's Occult and she's walking in. That shot was not in there. Lucky yelling, "Get away from her," when they're in the lab, yelling that to Garaka, that was not in there. Lucky's eyes getting frozen over, that was not in there. The rooftop scene with Callie, Gary, Phoebe, and Trevor, where they're in the red parkas, that's not in there. That was like one of the best scenes, it seemed like, and it was cut out. The ghost chopper line and the whole conversation that Ray is having with them in the kitchen, that's not in there. There's a whole scene with Bill Murray that was cut out. At some point in the movie, Bill Murray goes to look at the containment unit that is like crumbling and having trouble with Callie and Gruberson there. And it was in one of the trailers where Gary's like, "So what would you have done back in the day?" And Venkman's like, "Oh, I would have shaved and showered and hit the clubs." That's not in there. So they got Bill Murray back and they deleted a scene with Bill Murray. It was not in there. There was a lot of those New York heat wave shots that weren't in there, like the water fire hydrant spraying and the shoes hanging. A lot of that stuff I did not see in there. It wasn't a big scene, but I feel like this scene was kind of significant to not be in there, which is Trevor looking at Egon's photo in the attic. That wasn't in there. There was also like a little line that Trevor had, something like he joked about, "Oh, I had my reservations about moving to New York, garbage ghosts, garbage ghosts." That wasn't in there. There was a scene with Callie busting ghosts outside of one of the firehouse windows with Gruberson and Phoebe there. Pinfield, after he got slimed by Pukey, gets stuck to the floor and is laying there. That scene itself was not there. Pukey puking was there, but it cut there. We don't see Pinfield laying stuck on the floor. Winston handing Ray the proton pack back to him. If there was any type of apology scene or discussion or talk between the two of them, that wasn't in there. But we do see it in the trailer that scene should have been a little bit longer with Winston handing back the proton pack to Ray. Gary saying "damn," like he looked very upset. That wasn't in there. There was a shot of Janine, Ray, and Lucky. Like that wasn't in there. There was a lot of just like little shots too, like that kind of thing that just weren't in there at all. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot to have been cut out, but to have been included in the trailer. There may have been more in the trailers that I don't know. It wasn't included in the movie.
That was some talent.
I stopped looking at stuff, you know, like a week or two before because there was just so much footage being released. But it's just weird that they cut all these things out, but yet they were in the trailer. Again, my only thought is that the movie was running too long. The studio wanted it to be a certain length, under 2 hours, and they had to do their best to cut every little thing here and there that they could. I don't know that this would have been the director doing it. There's just too much attention to detail, and those things being cut just didn't make sense. And it does jumble up the movie a little bit, and it loses a little bit of, I think, a good flow. Since those things are out there, it's not bad. It is fun, but it is very fast. And because I know those things were missing, it's hard for me to now gauge what I would have felt if I hadn't seen those things, because I'm waiting for these scenes and they weren't in it. So I don't know. I feel like maybe the company made the director trim this down quite a bit, and there's probably like an extra 10 minutes or so that should have been in there that isn't. So I mean, in all, I did enjoy it. I was talking to my friend about it. He was like, it was not a bomb of a movie, and it's not. It's not a total bomb of a movie. It really, really isn't. It's just I would really love to see a director's cut, all those scenes put back in, you know, an extended cut, something like that, because I do think they add something. I really think there are things missing, and who knows what else might be deleted altogether. I could see a lot of detail and a lot of specifics went into this, so it's not a bad movie. So it is something worth checking out, honestly, and I really hope on the DVD or something, we hopefully people catch on to this if they're reviewing it, if they're a real fan, have like seen all these things and go, wait a minute, these scenes weren't in there. You know, really advocate for getting a director's cut or an extended edition cut, because there was just way too much that was cut out.